Hi, thanks for joining me here. In this part, let's give a deeper look into pawns. Um, Unlike Section 1, Section 2, and local gangs, pawns have no monetary interest. Sometimes they get involved because they are misled by a lie about a bad person who has done something bad to their community, and naturally they want to defend their community. So they unite to neutralize the threat. A very good example of this is what happened to me. When I first came to this country, found my first sharing accommodation in Myrtil, a small cozy town close to work. After surviving the initial, oh my God, I don't know how to do this, where to go, where to do that, where to find this, I finally sort of settled in, mostly thanks to my wonderful housemates. They were really helpful and they put off with all my naggings and the complaints. Anyways, I found a nice gym, supermarkets, and nice places. I lived there until I moved to Lake Inn, which was like 10 minutes away from Myrtle. I call it Myrtle now by cab. Much closer to work, but offering less in terms of good quality gym and shopping facilities. Um, So practically, I continue to go to Myrtle for all that. The gym especially remained the best even after I moved to Barn, which was 20 minutes away by train from Myrtle. Um, by November 2017, when I moved to Barn, I have been a steady member of that gym for almost 3 years. I liked it. After moving to Barn, when the whole gang dreams had reached its peak, I noticed some unpleasant changes. The usually friendly members were reluctant to talk to me. Some would exercise much longer than usual on equipments I used during my sessions too. Some not typical members started to sign up, who I later identified as local gang. I don't know if they were local gang, Myrtle or Lakin. I can't really tell, unfortunately. Um, they came in a group of 4 to 6. I didn't mind because gym was familiar to me. I knew every corner of it, and the presence of other members was quite comforting, I have to admit. Until at some point, they would show up a few minutes after I did, supervising trainer and other members would gradually leave. Let's say like in 10, 15 minutes, everybody was gone except me, those gangers, and maybe two, three normal members. Um, and it was also very weird considering that I usually went to gym once per week on Saturdays. That was my favorite day to go to gym, and that day is usually very crowded, and it was always very crowded since I started to go to that gym. Anyways, the gang would exercise in my close proximity, and sometimes results. They followed me within gym's three interconnected spaces. After a few weeks, I reached out to gym's management, explained what was happening. He almost mocked me. Obviously, nothing changed. Um, Soon, even the phone, which was in the gym and allowed members to call reception, was gone. In Here I need to add something extra because I could go to gym only once per week. In addition to my once per week intense gym session, I used to do some exercises few times a week in an unused space in the office. Sometimes alone, sometimes with a colleague or two if they wanted to. And of course, all the spaces were monitored by CCTVs. Um, I noticed at the gym that a guy, one of the gangs, um, would do the same moves I did when I was exercising at that space in the office. Uh, and my favorite gym session turned into really stressful necessity uh, with no pleasure, you know. And one of the last times I went to that gym, a guy, definitely not a member. I mean, I can't tell who is a gym member. I have been going to gyms forever. Um, he filmed me, and after I mentioned gym's regulation in regard to filming, he came closer to me. Uh, I went to practice on a bench. He came to lay on the bench next by, and 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 he had an erection and was looking uh, at me and his erection interchangeably. Oh my gosh, I just thought it was disgusting and reported it to the reception. I don't know what happened after that. Anyhow, the interesting part is that I had distributed that informative flyers also to people in Myrtle after I noticed that things are not really very good for me. And at the same time, I wanted them to know what could be going on, and I wanted them to feel that if it's happening to me, it can happen to anybody. So they have to keep their guards up and protect each other. Anyhow, um, I remember I was at gym. I gave some of these flyers to different people. One of the members came to me with that flyer in his hands. He was very anxious, looking directly into my eyes, asking repeatedly, "You don't know what had happened?" I was looking at him, but I was sort of numbed. It had happened to me before, that when I was confronted with something unexpected, or I don't know for what other reason, somebody would tell me something important, like the time Susan told me about my alleged love interest, and there were some other different occasions also in, in the office with different people. Uh, I just maybe I got so much caught in my mind and in my thought that I was just unable to react. Um, I remember looking at him, understood something had happened, but could not pull myself and my thoughts together. I might have shaken my head, but did not ask what had happened then. Uh, he probably was one of those people who had not deeply bought what the majority of that community had believed about what I had allegedly done. Um, Probably the descriptions and methods explained on that flyer made him realize something was very wrong, and he wanted to know for himself. I still do not know what I had done in Myrtle, and um, best one real chance, because it didn't happen again. To understand what was happening around me was lost like this. Anyways, I very much appreciated that guy's out of the box thinking. It was very heartwarming, anyways, even though I started to blame myself for getting numbed. Anyways, I still don't know how my reaction was interpreted by him. And I hope there will be a chance that I finally find out what's really going on. What what happened? Why was I numbed? Uh, what stopped me from asking questions? Anyhow, at the same time, people would bump into me or my shopping trolley when I went grocery shopping. Um, some pharmacies would charge a double for the same medicine I had, I mean, the same prescription I had filled with them for a long time. And that happened both in Barn and Myrtle. If I would go to a new pharmacy I'd never been before, they would charge me again the normal price. So this is again the people falling for some gossips or sort of uh, manipulation. I can't really tell that. Anyways, this category of pawns are not bad people. Majority of them never considers hurting others and do not consider it fun either. Meanwhile, though, the exaggerated sense of community stops them from doing a fact check. They unwillingly, but yet effectively help the gang with his agenda.